My rock bottom at that time was when I actually stole from my grandpa, and he actually needs the pills because they're actually beneficial to him. But I was so caught up in like my own self-hurt that I didn't even think about him at all. So I went and I stole from him, and he was just in pain for a month. I was hurting him trying to fix myself. My name is Dobson. Hear my story. Growing up, my life was like I had a father, a mother, 2 sisters. Father wasn't very supportive. My mom then was almost like my protector, like my safe haven. Can go back to her, like best friend, like I could just be who I truly was. This is when I was like 6 or 7, and that really created a super strong bond growing up, and it's still like that. I feel like when I'm with my mom, I'm just myself, no matter what, just transparent, it's my best friend. My addiction really started in about 5th grade with food. It was the only sense of like joy or happiness I ever felt is when I would eat something pretty delicious. And so the more I'd eat, like the better I'd feel. And so it was really just numbing that like worthlessness, I guess you could say. And so when I was eating food, I just felt so good about myself. And it got to the point where it was like addictive to where I was eating all the time, consistently eating. And like after one meal, I'd be thinking about the next. And so it was just addictive, and that grew and grew into drugs. And so when I started smoking weed, I started getting a couple friends, and I more got high on having friends than marijuana. I didn't really care about the drugs. I cared about having a friend and like just, not being alone. It actually became like an addiction from having friends to like legit just needing to feel something. And so it grew into pills. I was stealing from my family. Like it made me like a thief. My rock bottom at that time was when I actually stole from my grandpa, because he has a super bad like headaches and shoulder pain, and he actually needs the pills because they're actually beneficial to him. But I was so caught up in like my own self-hurt that I didn't even think about him at all. It was just self-obsessed, trying to make myself feel better. So I went and I stole from him, and he was just in pain for a month. And I just, like I was hurting him trying to fix myself. So that's when I started hurting others a lot, is when I was at rock bottom. I caused my family a good bit of pain, like especially my mom, because she was always there for me from a young age, and I kind of separated myself from her, and I kind of feel like I stole the relationship of having a son from her for a long time. So about a month or so after I stole the pills, my mother checked me out of school to go to a teenage rehabilitation center called 3-Dimensional Life, just to go look at it. And I freaked out and lost my cool, walked off school property, and came back on, and they considered me like an intruder. So I ended up having to go to a mental hospital for about 5 or 6 days. And the people there told me I can either stay there for about a year, or I can go to 3-Dimensional Life for about 9 months, which is a little bit more free and open. And so it was one or the other. I had no choice. So I decided to go to 3-Dimensional Life. Definitely had a fresh start mentally, just able to kind of explore who you are. It's a journey, it really is. It's hard, very difficult, but it's awesome. It was so awesome. I kind of just like became best friends with my own self in a sense, to where like I could just like talk to myself and enjoy my own company for once in my life, for the first time ever. Like I actually had like a sense of joy, like consistent joy, not just, temporary happiness. And, it came from that fresh start. And really, when you really buy into something and give effort, it starts working. And it really did just started working. It was so cool. I really had a different viewpoint of myself. Like God gave me a body to treat and, treat with care. Like He didn't just give me a body for no reason. So in putting healthy stuff in my body and treating it with respect was loving God. And my friend Travis really helped me show that. At the time, I was about 280 pounds, 290, in that range. Just, I was huge. But it felt like an impossible journey. I've always been pretty big. But he was a bigger man himself at one point, and he really showed me that it's possible with hard work. But he would put me through these workouts where I felt like I was about to die. But through pushing myself physically, it helped me push myself in all other aspects of life. I was able to, start bonding my relationship with my family more, being able to talk to others, express myself more, and it all stemmed from this, like, general self-confidence that I was accomplishing something. I was really sticking to a goal, and that type of stuff is like priceless. Having the friend there, being able to coach you there, he really was a big influence. Through my weight loss journey, I was able to lose over 100 pounds. or to be exact, it was 106 pounds. I don't want to sound like a number freak. Knowing that God created me for a reason just gave me it gave me a sense of purpose. And when there's like a purpose, you realize it's not just always about you. Like through me trying to accomplish my dream and my journey can inspire many other people, to accomplish their dreams. So it gave me like just a sense of like reason to be alive. So going through all this has inspired me to start my own fitness brand called Never Finished, to not only improve in the physical part of your life, but in all aspects. To push yourself in the gym, to grow yourself in other parts of your life. And we're never going to be perfect, but to chase that and to keep coming closer and closer is awesome. And so that's why it's called Never Finished, because there's always something to improve. And it's about accepting yourself, but also knowing you can be better. If you have any type of hardship in your life or any type of struggle, just know your life has a purpose and there's a meaning behind your struggle. God will not put you through anything if He didn't have a meaning for it. So I know it sucks, but man, through the other side of anxiety and fear is reward. You got to push through that, and you got it. Anybody can do it. We all have greatness inside of us. It's just about truly accessing it and working hard.